RPG Maker release date is now here, so it is 20th of August, 3 weeks from now, and they have made so that you can actually pre-order it and these sort of things in beforehand. And the price is kind of same that it had with RPG Maker MV. I don't know, is the price kind of alright, to be honest, in a sense that looking at the changes, what they have done, do they deserve it with, only slight changes? I'm not sure. I'm going to be, of course, buying it and seeing what it is about, of course, as this is RPG Maker MZ channel. If you want to see more RPG Maker news, RPG Maker things that we have now going to start doing much more actively, subscribe on the channel, like the video and share the video. These sort of actions, they really help us go forward, so I really thank every single one of you who does it. So now let us go forward. We have this sort of small trailer here which kind of confirms that we have already seen about the whole thing. As you can see, there's some map making. Oh yes, map making. And what else? There's some character edit, which actually is one of the interesting parts of this whole thing. We shall see about it more. And now event settings, there's kind of, we have seen this before. It is very similar to RPG Maker MV in many ways. I think the most changes there's going to be is the assets, and many people are going to be just purchasing it for the assets' sake. I don't know. They boast that there's a lot of them, but who really knows? I personally, I've been having much more interest towards one other thing, that is RPG Maker Paper Maker. Indeed, if in case you don't know, there's this French developer. Let me actually go in here, you can see much better. There's this French developer who is currently making a 2.5D game engine, which is called RPG Paper Maker. Indeed, you can even see a trailer on here in this side. Indeed, look at that. There's some familiar things from RPG Maker, like event commands, but the game looks drastically different from what you could expect from a regular RPG Maker. You could actually make this sort of like a Pokemon-esque, like a Paper Mario-esque worlds, which I think fascinates me more than the RPG MZ, to be honest. And this is made by a single developer, if I understand right, and actively working on this project. It's even is it can you purchase it in Steam? I think you can. So I much more recommend on following the kind of progress of this, because it is quite much a different cake. It actually does some things like making it the RPG games that you have come to expect to be in a 3D space, and I've tested it. It works really nicely. So I would very much be recommending checking this out if you are into RPG making, as I am as well. The problem about RPG MZ, as we can see in here, I think it's just okay, they are having some DLC things here. As you can see, they've already prepared some stuff, and I don't mind that. DLC is alright, but one thing I'm not very happy about is that it just looks there's just not that many things in there, to be honest. Not that many things. Like when we look at RPG Maker XP, VX, VX was very underwhelming when it's what it offered. But when we look at VXAs, it had some nice stuff. Also, MV was quite a drastic change, I tell you. It was it deserved its $70 price. I am not sure, to be honest, my friends. I'm not sure. Does this deserve the $70? And as you can see, they've already prepared some DLCs, which I'm not sure are they. If you do pre-ordering, can you get all these things in advance, like from RPG Maker MZ? Who knows? But the problem here, my friends, is the fact that I'm not really sure what to get excited about this thing. I'm not really sure what to get excited about. There's some better mapping, I suppose. But with the current RPG Maker, you can actually do some good mapping. Like, I don't really have anything against it. The character customization thing is kind of like a yay, but at the same time, it's like a yeah. At the same time, like I'm happy to see more lifeblood in RPG Maker community when this is going to be released, because that happens when each RPG Maker is released, the engine, and I'm very happy to see that. But I'm not really happy on seeing the what we see here. Only thing, like, you look at these, like, these do look very neat, these sprites. Like, they have their itch of doing very quality looking sprites, I tell you that much. Like, just look at these, and I've nothing against that. And we look at the numbers of what would they have there. It's pretty alright. Parallaxes, enemy battles, 105. It's alright amount. It's not like the mind blowing amount, but it's a very excellent, I would say. And the maps, you can make quite lovely ones. There's some new music out there. There's a time system you can have. Of course, there's going to be plugins. Like for RPG Maker MV, they had that are going to make this even more better looking. But for the few people that do not really get these plugins and such, even the basic things look pretty alright. Like, there's nothing bad about them too much. Name window is kind of like a normal thing in there. There's some animation. They are showing some 3D animation. Like, I don't really know about, like, how that works. Let me actually read here. So basically, they're going to be having some, due to popular demand, we have included support for particle effects using FSeeker, an open source particle effect creation tool. With this new feature, you can create magnificent, I don't even know how to speak English, 2D and 3D animations without having to use clunky sprite sheets, making it infinitively easier to make dynamic battle animations, which is alright, I suppose. I like particle effects are alright. The RPG Maker is not in a kind of a 3D space, to be honest. Like, it's not like a 3D engine. So, like, I didn't mind having it like pictures. I think it even makes it easier. But I suppose some developers really like this sort of animation style. Who knows? Not for me, though. But, the plugins, they have some things in there, more things, like certain settings. I was very positively surprised on the RPG Maker MV's plugin command system. And usually it was very, very easy to navigate, easy to work with, rather than the past engines. And, as we see, Archeia has already some basic scripts in there. And autosaves and these sort of things, nothing bad in that. Autosave has already been a feature there, but it's very good to have it kind of easy to access, I suppose. And this very much, as you can look at the menus, this is like mobile game-esque menus. I think that, like, this looks very mobile-esque. Like, you can press it with the finger and everything looks very good. And I don't mind that at all. It's very good that they have that sort of compatibility. I would have wanted to see, like, that would have gotten me a lot of excitement from me if they would have made it so that you could easily make for Nintendo Switch and these sort of things, like Unity and these sort of engines have their of course you have to pay some extra things to Nintendo in order to publish in their platforms and such, but still have the support line of easily, just like when exporting a project, it's like Nintendo Switch ready right at then. Who knows, they might be doing that for the next RPG Maker. I don't know how hard it is to do, but that could have made me hugely excited of actually getting this. Not many things actually do get me excited. Like, that's a very sad thing. They boast in many good things, and I think many people are very excited to see they're coming. Not me personally. Let me know, of course, your thoughts on what are you going to be looking forward to RPG Maker MZ? Have you already pre-ordered it? Have you already looking into, getting it? Who knows? If you want to see more RPG Maker news, and I'm going to be starting doing daily. I've been having a huge gaps now, which is not very good. I'm going to be starting actually looking at these community things and such daily. So do subscribe for that. And hopefully we're going to be seeing you in the future. See ya.